Oopsies. Sorry, I meant that. Right? Happy Saturday at Union Station. At the other end of Union Station, the end you never see. This is the transportation plaza, if you will. Let me get rid of the icon. So hopefully you can hear me. It looks like the microphone is working, all hooked up. We're gonna walk through Union Station in a sec. I'm hoping that, hey, Carriopolis, happy Saturday. We're gonna take a trip to Union Station, and hopefully not tick anybody off. It sounded a little heated up there, so I kind of had to wait to start. Sorry for being a little late today. I actually got here right at 12:11 and immediately proceeded to set up. How is your Saturday? Hopefully it's awesome. So we're gonna walk the back end of Union Station. This is where you would catch your Metro link. I'm thinking of maybe going to Pomona this week, actually. And you can go there on the subway. And then you hop on a Metro link. It takes like 90 minutes. I'm not sure if driving would be faster, but it's great that there's an option to get out there. Pomona's kind of cute. I'm hoping that if I do live stream from there, it'll be enough of a walk. I added a Streamlabs prompt if we get any goblins or trolls, is that what we call them? You can just type nuke colon or colon nuke at them and they will disappear. There's my new emoji that I just put up this morning. It smells like a Wetzel's pretzel in here. I mean, in the best way possible, although I'm not going to get a Wetzel's pretzel. This train station is expletive removed. Pretty gorgeous, actually. We're going to kind of roam around it and then walk out the grand hallway. But it's a huge space, and the ticket booths and everything are still there. From the olden days when people used to ride the train here to break into Hollywood. So it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful train station. There's a bunch of courtyards which are now closed because we are not good enough to enjoy them responsibly, I guess. I will. But I added a prompt. You just nuke them. Nuke. N-U-K-E. So, when you cannot go out to that courtyard at all. Anyway, whenever I can, I try to rent a car from down here. It's kind of fun. So, Union Station East is where we came from. This is a real super transit hub. So you have your commuter train, you have your metro rail, you have your buses, and then you have your subway. So outside here, and we don't even have to touch the doors, um, is the bus depot. I almost did touch the doors. So if you're taking a bus to Union Station, this is most likely where it's gonna let you out. I think it, or let you off, but also there were buses up there, the city buses. So what I really want to hope that we can see, but maybe we can't because we don't have a train ticket, is this little area on the other side of this wall where the orange trees are tangerine trees. I love the fact that I don't have to touch this door. So we're gonna kind of slowly take this in because it's pretty phenomenal. So, of course, there was like a magazine stand here. Gone. Because, I don't know, the perfect time for a magazine, I think, is when when you'd be on a train or a bus. So we actually can go outside. The last time I was here, this was kind of closed. It was really lovely to sit here in the evening with a bagel and cream cheese and a pack of Marlboros or whatever I was smoking at the time. It's a nice little respite out here. Thoughtful. Imagine if you're traveling somewhere crazy and this would be a great place to sit for an hour while you waited for another train. So unfortunately for these restaurants, the restaurants are not quite a destination. I've heard great things about Tracks, but I think people only eat here when they're here. I don't know that anybody goes out of their way, but that burger looks tiny and good. So we can't go over here, unfortunately, because they're mopping it, but this is the old ticket room.
It'd be nice if they open that up to something.
Right?
Man, that thing has been vacant for years.
So they filmed House Party 2 here.
They always got vids going on over here like they can't have.
I know, out in the garden. They do have a really beautiful garden. I'm just agreeing to agree. I'm not really sure what they're saying, but I probably agree with them. So I think this was Demi Moore's lair in one of the Charlie's Angels movies. So, not an exit anymore, but a pretty impressive one. So that's the Tracks bar. These doors are so heavy for modern people, such as myself. So we're exiting, walking towards Chinatown because we're so close. I think we owe it to ourselves to check out what's happening on Olvera Street, because it's right there and it sounds colorful and fun. It looks colorful, I mean. I see a bunch of flags flying. I also hear a whistle, an ocarina, perhaps. Oh, there's me on that sign. All right. So hey, welcome, welcome. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. And then if you subscribe, chat. Want to do a... Alright, here's City Hall. You can use your City Hall emoji if you want to. What? There it is. City Hall. Hey, West Coast. It is a beautiful day. I am at the El Pueblo. The cherry blossoms are blossoming. You can kind of see them all the way down the street. It would be nice if they synced up for maximum aesthetics. But nature will be nature, I suppose. Okay. Hey Mary, hey Carrie, hey West Coast G, and if I missed anybody else, romper, bomper, stomper, boo, I will see you in the magic mirror. Really bright day today. It's probably like 84 down here. Let's see. It takes a second to come up. I can't see it because it's so tiny. 80 something, I'm sure. Whoa. Oh, it's 69. It actually feels hotter. But it's definitely brighter than a 69-degree day. The very oldest part of Los Angeles, the birthplace of Los Angeles, if you will. And the oldest house in Los Angeles is here. Hey, LA Unknown. Happy Saturday. Everything is much closer together than it seems. Like, we're walking from Union Station to Chinatown. I used to take the train. 69 is perfect, but it actually feels like a hot 69. Sorry. There's nothing you can say with that number that doesn't sound poivoided. It actually feels like 78. Why is the volume so low again? I'm not really sure. Anybody else having that problem? Let me know. I don't think. Sorry, I was checking the sound and I turned it off. Okay. It's really cool. Then I turned the microphone off, which really didn't work. So let's go check out this soothing music. But let's go this way, because I see a really cool Inca warrior. How was the Long Beach Grand Prix? Check this guy with his beautiful... Oh, sound is off. Oh, sound was off for a second. I don't think it's off anymore. Happy Saturday. So this is just an awesome place to gather on a Sunday. Also, a lot of free museums down here. The haunted Pico house. Yeah, I think for 1 second I actually trying to fix it and turn the microphone off.
Ahí va, desde Ecuador al estilo de cumbia poblana, el amor a la negra.
Yeah, the noise cancel. Then I turned the noise cancellation off. Sorry. I don't like the noise cancellation off. Okay, great.
Ecuador.
So, I love Alvaro Street, and I could hang out there all day. So that square is not particularly historical, I heard in a Huell Hauser thing. But the church over here, that is. And then we're gonna roll through here, but it signals out a little bit. If it does, bear with me. So we're gonna see the oldest house in Los Angeles. I've gone in before, but it's usually a little nicer on a weekday. I think it's crowded down here. I thought there was an event happening. Somewhere. Oh, gotcha. Sorry, beep farts. But we have fixed the sound a lot. R.I.P. I loved. Oh my God. Do you remember? Maybe it's just me. Having a rabbit's foot, which probably wasn't a rabbit's foot when you were a kid. There's goat's feet there. I didn't know who Huell Hauser was, and then I fell asleep one day watching something on YouTube, and it was like an 8-hour nap where he was, I think it was things that aren't there anymore. I can imagine the first time I went out after the pandemic to a concert, I got the COVID virus for the first time. So, oldest house in LA, if you really want to go, or you really want to see it, rewind. I think it's in 2 of my videos. I'm just looking at that tree because I wanted to see what I did to my sound. I don't think I've changed it at all. I can't really deal with it myself right now. I think it is mono though, which is weird. Let's look at this life-size pinata for 1 second. I'm not very tall. I'm like 5'10", I think. 5'11". Right in there. Okay. The only thing that changed... Yeah, you know what? I can't play with the sound right now. I don't want to risk blowing the whole entire stream for that. It's mono. You'll have to turn your volume up. I apologize. Feel free to like or subscribe or make a donation. Super thanks. We'd love to get a better sound system. Anyway, back to our stream. The noise cancellation is not off. Thanks. I think I'm good. I think I just might have turned the mono on, which shouldn't matter because I'm only using one microphone. I'm very sensitive about the sound. I mostly also carry my gimbal at face height, so it's in front of my face, back to my height. It's a much better subject. Because I want people to slightly think that I'm taping myself or videoing myself and not be so sensitive. So delicious is all I've got to say. It's best. Also a little expensive taquitos anywhere. Because I'm a baby and I love taquitos. No, I would end up messing the sound up. I can't hear the sound from where I am. I appreciate it. I don't mean to sound bitchy. If I do. So we're walking over to Chinatown. There is a couple blocks that are kind of boring and residential, like the one that we're looking at in front of us. But there's treasures and interesting things to be found there, nonetheless. I have eaten at Philippe's so many times because when I used to take the Metro Link, sorry. I lived in like Fontana for 3 months when I first moved here. I thought like an hour or 59 minutes away would be a great commute to Beverly Hills. Until I started falling asleep on the 4-hour commute, 50 miles, right? So I would take the Metrolink and subway to Beverly Hills and then switch to a bus. God. And it'd take me like the same amount of time to get there as driving, maybe an hour less, but I could sleep. It was a crazy commute, but I used to live in Boston. I know, different state, and that's a different city. I used to live in Boston. I worked in Wakefield, which is 49 or 50 miles away from my house, and it took me an hour, 20 minutes. So I thought, 59 miles is gonna be maybe 2 hours, which is sucky, but I was only living there temporarily. Oh, it sure can be a handful. I mean, I really do like to have a proper show here, though. I love the fact that the Metro, I call it the commuter rail, but I love the fact that it exists, because I don't know how I would have done it for so many months before I actually ended up moving into Hollywood, which was, I think I only lived out there for a couple months. My friends, who also moved from Massachusetts, bought a house out there. They didn't know what they were in store for. So I kind of want to go to Pomona this week and go to like the arts colony section, and I can't decide if I want to drive or take the Metrolink and subway. The subway Metrolink way, definitely easier. Cheaper? Maybe not. But my thing with sometimes taking public transportation versus like driving is sometimes takes longer to get home than I want it to. So this is New High Street, not to be confused with Old High Street. Old High Street is probably lower because Chinatown, this is also New Chinatown. Chinatown used to be at Union Station. Hey MJ, happy Saturday. I just really want it to be good. I do appreciate feedback. I kind of think this is so GTA kind of looking to me. Just a view of the city. You get more square footage in Fontana than a lot of places. I mean, that house was huge. I think that they just moved from the city to Fontana, and by the city, I mean like Boston. They lived in Huntington Beach first, so that's the gate that welcomes you to Chinatown. Those are golden dragons. And we're gonna walk through this for prosperity because that's what the gate is all about. So that's Cathay Manor. Usually I walk down the other side of the street. You're absolutely true, Mary. I think though about housing, like the pandemic kind of equalized a lot of places because you used to be able to find like a cheap house in New Hampshire and now they're like Massachusetts prices. That is awesome to know because I need socks every week. No matter how careful I am bundling them before washing, I somehow lose socks. I think it's a phenomenon that most people experience. Hey, Simply Sonora, happy Saturday. I saw, what did I see? 5 packs of socks for $10 at the Santee Alley yesterday. Just beautiful. No, you know what? I experienced downtown. I've never eaten in Chinatown except for Philippe, which isn't really in Chinatown. It's kind of on the edge. Oh, sorry. I just elbowed some poor fella. I mean, not too hard. I've never actually heard of Chago. So this is a little downtown area, kind of cute. There's tons of shops where you can get fresh vegetables. I just love the Philippe's horseradish mustard. I buy that every time I go. I haven't been there probably for like 5 or 6 years. So we're gonna do a little loop and come back, but I kind of want to walk this way. There's the tree house. I think you can go up there and get a pretty cool view. So the main strip, and then there's this street. A little more rundown. I love the horseradish mustard from Philippe. Every time, though, you want to plan when you go to Philippe because there's always a line. Always a line. Oof. So you can see the whole warehousey section of LA. Yeah, the pink trees are great. I don't know if you can see, they like leave sap. The flowers leave sap. They're beautiful though. I'm glad I don't park under one. They're jacaranda. I think I referred to them as cherry blossoms earlier because they have a similar vibe. So you'll notice that these lamps were not in our lamps that we looked at, street lamps that we looked at the other day. I feel like there's so many places that were cool and I never got to try out. I love Chinatown is so punk, I think. Also, it has such a cool music history of those two competing Chinese restaurants. I think Madame Wong and then the guy who was across the street. They would book competing punk bands. I watched the beauty salon. I watched a YouTube thing on Chinatown in the 80s. I think that's the kind of thing that's going to start happen as businesses dry up. The artists will go in there and take over places and make new art. I watched something on Madame Wong and her war with the guy across the street. She was vicious in the best way. Like, that could be a great movie, the Chinatown punk battle. I forgot the name of the restaurant that was across the street. So there are a lot of artists down here now. We're gonna go walk up into the plaza. The park is to our right. And I have never been to this park before. You can get to this park on the train, the subway. You just have to connect somewhere. Really informative. Look it up. Sorry. I think that's the Metrolink station. And then it's a little quick walk to the park. All right. I also read about like Hollywood, downtown Hollywood in the 80s had a bunch of underground clubs too. I just love that punk's taken over. Building something new from the ashes of the phoenix that once was. I feel like we have had Ocha. I feel like there are a couple Ochas though. There's one on Sunset Boulevard. And I've gone there. We eat a lot of Thai food. It's kind of taken over my Asian cuisine. I think Thai food and Korean food. I'm just trying to get through the brooms. Larry's everywhere. Oh, thank you so much. Larry's everywhere, reminding you that you can sue. Ooh. Oh, no thank you. That looks so good though. Hey, Brandon. Like a perfect day to be here because it's so busy. It's so biggie. They want to make the lawyers seem more welcoming and friendly. This is the Broadway Jewelry Mart because we don't have enough jewelry. Also, Larry Parker is probably just like Betty Crocker. Just a figurehead now. Otherwise, they'd be calling him like Lair Park or something more modern. Impossible to... I'm gonna walk through the shopping center. I've never walked through here before. I'll check it out. There's no air conditioning here. I'm gonna keep an eye on my signal. Right? Good thing my claustrophobia is in check. But these people might be shopping and I'm not. But the slower they walk, the more we can see. Oh, it opens up here. Ooh, I love a marionette. How cool is that? I love it. I couldn't possibly buy a marionette and walk around with it. Yeah, I'm heavy breathing. If you can hear me breathing, it is tight. I don't think it's ADA approved. I've never been in here before. And I'm thankful I have. It's like a mini Santee Alley. Oh my God. I believe it. Oh my God, this doesn't stop.
Many color.
My friend buy for me both of brands you love.
Excuse me. I wonder where I'm going to come out, to be honest with you. Maybe 1 hour in the past, this was like a time machine. Oh. I am lost, but I always need a new rice cooker. Well, I don't always, but currently I do. I have a non-stick one, and you know, non-stick. All right. Okay, we're out. I don't want to go back in there. Sorry. I will if you want me to. Oh, here it is, ADA. Can you imagine? This is crazy. This is the only ramp I've seen. Like, you would roll right out into the street. Hey, Joey. Happy Saturday. I'm just enjoying some outdoor time in Chinatown. Oh, we could go back if you guys want to. I make sushi rice, mostly, and then also quinoa, and sometimes bulgur wheat, which I really love, and farro. I love grains. I love a grain bowl. But I always get like a $20 rice cooker. One time I cooked hot dogs in a rice cooker, by the way. Pretty tasty. And then I regret it. We've been here before, but we'll continue through here. It's the shady side of the street. They have Girl Scout cookies. Woohoo! We already did that. I want to take a second to thank all of the people who have become members before I forget. Really thank you for your support. Could not do it without you. We're in the 30s now. Hey, DC. Hey, how's it going?
CTS. I got a YouTube channel too.
What's that?
I got a YouTube channel.
What is it called?
9417 CTS.
All right, we'll check it out, man. All right, take
And
it
I got
easy.
my Instagram too.
All right, I don't go on Instagram. I'm
I
too
don't wanna
old.
be famous, though.
All
Let me
right.
see.
Huh? Tell him your
Well,
channel.
It's me, CTS. I'm a hustler.
And he's got a channel on YouTube. Check him out.
CTS.
Thank you so much.
Bro, man, I love you, man.
You too. So check out his channel. Let me know how it is. Ice cream out of a bucket. I'm down. Sorry, I also do love a kitchen gadget. I kind of do both, but not really. I don't pay attention to the TikTok or the Instagram very much. Like Instagram, in the beginning, all three channels I kind of fed, and the TikTok took off, kinda, like faster. But my goal was to live stream and show Los Angeles kind of in a positive light. And to get to the live streaming plateau on TikTok, it's like 10,000. And then like Instagram, the only followers I ended up having were people I knew, maybe a couple of others. But TikTok was fun for a little bit. It was also harder to create that type of content. We're gonna cross with these kids to the sunny side of the street. Dodger Stadium is up ahead. I feel like for a long time when I had a personal Instagram, I used it, and also like Facebook, and then I just got tired of mostly people's crazy political thoughts. Or worse, apathy. There we go. I can see the mountains if it wasn't so misty, we'll say. I don't know that it's smoggy today, but there are a lot of people on the road. So I always feel when I come here, and I'm sure it's a Disney-fied version of Chinese culture, but I always feel like it's a movie set. Like, it's a really magical place. The first time I came here, I've told this story before, I was kicked out for taking pictures with a 35mm camera. So no events today, which kind of adds to the empty mystique. Opportunity to smoke a doobie. Not for me, I mean, I'm not dissing it for sure. Quick hello to Bruce Lee. It's just a really awesome spot. I want to live right there. It does, I mean, I think Chinatown has probably struggled since the 60s or 70s, hence Madame Wu having punk bands down here. So, it's a marker that tells us we are in New Chinatown. I warned you. Full Moon House. I probably won't eat today unless I get a... By the way, I got chocolate all over my Walking in LA hat, the brim, and it washed right out. That's available in my shop. We love dim sum also. Goldburger. I've eaten there before. Really good burgers. I haven't met a lot of burgers I don't love. But some burgers are better than others, I will admit. Yeah, there's a lot of sad history, even over by Alvera Street where we were, which used to be Chinatown, like the original Chinatown. There's sort of a like crazy massacre over there. We don't have a great history. When I really started digging in on this channel, I was like, it's kind of difficult to celebrate a history or a city that has such a bad history, but I think everything has a bad history. Oh, Kodak film. That's the souvenir center. I remember when I lived in Boston, I wanted to kind of live in Chinatown. Also the North End, but the apartments were pretty bad or expensive. It's really light foot traffic today. I think there might be something going on at the Grand Plaza because I took the subway today, and it was so crowded, when I got to 7th, it kind of emptied out. So you may recognize this from your favorite Jackie Chan movie, Rush Hour. It was a bestseller movie, and it was shot here. Is there a Dodger game today? That traffic. There will be no reason for the traffic to be that bad that soon. Oh. Oops. I was daydreaming. I wish I had known that. Hey Sandra. Welcome. I can imagine what this place was like in its heydays. Heyday. Again, I just love being down here. Hey Cecilia, how are you doing? Happy Saturday. We were in Chinatown. We were at Union Station and walked through Alvera Street. The end. But let's look at the other way. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. If this is your first time here, my call to action would be please like, subscribe, and if you subscribe, shout out, friendly chat here. I think the friendliest chat room on the internet. All right. I love the lanterns also. The signage, it feels really kitsch and like, I don't know, 60s. The Black Dragon Wushu Kung Fu Society. Arts and gifts. All right, let's go to the park. I love that. I love, like, the fact that out of, like, I don't know, dilapidation comes a new art or a place for artists to be artists. I was saying that, like, you know, with shopping not being what it is and offices not being what they were, there's a lot of, like, empty spaces, and I feel like we could have a renaissance of artists being able to get cool spaces. So City Hall is over there, you can see. That's where Bernie is. I don't know how I didn't know about that. It felt like a rally crowd on the subway. Oh, I do that all the time now. I never did it before, but I keep missing the curb and just stepping like a foot down. Grandpa gonna break a hip. I'm talking about me. I feel like ever since I've discovered this story, I always have this camera with me and I can't really go inside because I would love a chunky art or gift. So let's go out the actual exit, otherwise we'll miss some fun stuff. Grandview Gardens, looks like it's gone. That's me. I can add a couple more emojis actually, so I will do that tonight. I did put up one for walk. I'm not sure which motel. Ew. My finger is wet from I don't know what. All right, we're gonna go down to Los Angeles State Historical Park. A real treat for Angelinos. let's just take one last look. With a whirlybird coming our way. I don't really understand. The light was red, but people drove through. Scary. I agree, it looks really beautiful. Everything looks a little cooler at night. I think this light's April Fool's. I'm not gonna punch it again because I don't want to look like one of those people that keeps... There we go. Pushing the light button. I'm pretty sure they're just pacifiers. So that pagoda shape over there is the Metrolink station. That's where we're going for the park. It actually lets you off right at the park. So the park is like a 1 mile loop, 1.1 mile loop. And it's somewhat newer. A newer public space to go. I always think the newer generation wants to get out from where they grew up, you know? Like, I didn't want to spend my life living in New Hampshire, not that there's anything wrong with it, but I wanted to be where the stuff was. And it was a small town, but not that small of a town. I mean, that's because they're all looking at Bernie Sanders. I know, I came to the wrong spot today. They have the permanent lanterns. Alvera Street was kind of busy. It's just not so busy over here. But there was a huge crowd getting on the subway and on the subway up until Civic Center. Everybody emptied out at Civic Center and the car dropped probably 15 degrees. So hot. How fun is this with its steaming rocks? Are they steaming rocks? Yeah, it's steam. I don't know what it means, as there's no plaque. Anyway, down to the street. Malls definitely killed neighborhoods. I feel like I watched that firsthand in the city I grew up in. Once we had the mall in New Hampshire, nobody was going downtown. So just for some perspective on where we are now, those two twin domes over there, That's the post office, 90001 zip code. That's right next door to Union Station. Union Station is a little, you can kind of see it over there. So we walked in a big loop. The park is up here. It did kill the radio star. I feel like the radio stations from the 70s, from what I barely remember them, played more diverse music. And then sometime after MTV or late 70s, things started to become a country station, a rock station, a pop station, a big band station. I like all kinds of music. I don't mind hearing a pop hit followed by a big band song or a jazzy number, and then, I don't know, maybe a country song. I don't really like too much country except for really old country music. I don't know groove radio. For a while though, probably in like 2007 or 2005 or 6, there was like this 103.7 or 103.3. It's 103 something in Los Angeles that was a totally gay club station. I end up not discovering a lot of new music now. I just listen to a band that I heard before, or I've been familiar with, or I pick up a song from a TV show, and it usually turns out to be like 40 years old or something. The music rectangle. I'm glad I was around for it too. What I think the only place where it would have been more incredible to live musically during that time period, 70s, 80s, would be like England, because of the BBC being the only radio station, or in control of the only radio station. So they had all these pirate radio stations. It really, and there were a lot of islanders living there too. So it really changed music. I feel like every big city has a couple of competitive radio stations. I mostly listen to the NPR radio station that plays music, 89.9, 89.3. I saw an article today that said you need to be able to do this many push-ups at your age. I shouldn't say I saw the article, I just saw the title. I didn't want to read how many I needed to do. Hey Ty, happy Saturday. There was one other time that I wanted. How old is this park though? I feel like it is kind of newish. Are these ladies selling Girl Scout cookies? I would buy a whole box of some Girl Scout cookies and eat them myself. If they take Venmo, they're not selling Girl Scout cookies. Why do I assume? So, that'd be a great place to like picnic. You can get beautiful views of the city over there. Yeah, it's a really industrial area. But look at, there's like cute little restaurants right across the street. Highland Park Brewery and Nick's Breakfast and Lunch. Outdoor seating. Public restrooms. Outdoor peeing. They had a little restaurant or cafe at the start, so you could start off with your iced coffee. I've never been here before either. I kept wanting to come here. I had a cause to be on that part of the street for something this October, and oh, they're foraging. And I noticed this park for the first time. They were having an event. I think it was a councilman who's not in office anymore. Kevin DeLeon. Snow. Oh my God, I remember getting snow in April. How much snow did you get? So this park also runs alongside the Mother Ditch, so aka the LA River. There are a lot of teeny tiny, like undiscovered LA neighborhoods. If you want to talk about like neighborhoods, like if you were thinking of moving somewhere, there are those kind of neighborhoods. But like if you think about walking somewhere where we haven't walked before, I need to get out of the city a little bit. There are tons of other pockets in LA that we can walk through, including Beverly Hills. The shopping district and the neighborhood. I have been researching hikes that we can walk where I do not lose my signal. I also think that it would be really cool. Totally lost my train of thought because of these trees. It's important to be around different types of people. My whole life I needed to be in a melting pot area that was open to different cultures. You can't even read it, sorry. That's pretty much how I felt and why I wanted to leave the city that I grew up in. I've never felt like a place has been more of a melting pot, though, than Los Angeles. Not in every way. Yes, there are bad things, but I want to go into 90210 behind or above Santa Monica Boulevard. I think the whole LA area is kind of really feels like a melting pot. Oligarchs aside. So we're gonna walk over to the fence and see the Zanya Madre. AKA the LA River. I can hear the helicopters. I actually kind of would have liked to have gone there, but for somehow, some way, I didn't even know about it. Ooh, that's a military helicopter up there. Hi. It's really bright where I am. I might be missing anybody. If I missed anybody, I'm super sorry. Welcome. I really appreciate you being here. It's hard for me to see the screen. I want to do the LA County Fair. I also want to go to Pomona. I think Cecilia, you might like that. It's really got a really cute little art colony over there. And I think I might go to Pomona this week. Ooh, there's an old-timey plane. It's always weird to see an old-timey propeller plane in the sky, but then I forget where I live, which is Los Angeles, and somebody might be shooting the next Blue Angels, the new Howard Hawks. Well, shout out to Pomona. It is an underrated city outside of Los Angeles. I feel like Pomona, we're definitely going to go to Santa Barbara. Pomona is like the way I imagined California. Or maybe not Los Angeles. So Bernie's right over there. Somebody let me know what time they're finished, if you can, because we're gonna walk by the Zania Madre, and then I think we could probably go listen to AOC and Bernie. So I'm up on a little bridge. We love going to Santa Barbara, to be honest with you. I always thought it was like kind of a old people's place to love, but I love it. So that doesn't look like the Zana Madra, but it is. So we've talked about the Zana Madra before when we did a ghost story. There was a Native American lady that polluted the Zania Madre by washing her clothes and pots and pans in it. And her ghost haunts Pershing Square. You can see her a few feet above the air where the Zania Madre, her specter, a few feet above the air. Thanks, Gridley. I tried to turn that on. Nobody has mentioned it, the rewind button. So I'm really excited to have found this place. This is definitely a place that I would go to Subway, get 2 foot-long, $5 footlongs, a jumbo Pepsi, some Fritos, and sit. I really wouldn't get the jumbo Pepsi or the Fritos. I'd think about the Fritos. I'd get Miss Vicky's. I keep trying to, there's a couple of, I thought I turned the rewind on YouTube, but I have to manually turn it on, I think every time because I'm using the Prism Studios. So I keep going back to do that when I set the video up initially. Hey Joey, I'm in Los Angeles State Historical Park. It is open, empty, puppies playing ball, some shady spots to sit. I kind of love it. I would definitely take my dogs to run not off the leash here. And they have parking, a lot of parking. If you don't take the train. I wouldn't take my dog on a train, by the way. I don't mind if you do. There's not a closed-in dog park, but people are playing with their pups. I don't let my dogs off the leash. Hey, She Clicks Bricks, welcome. Happy Saturday. We are in Los Angeles State Historical Park. I am really great on my charge. So what say we walk over to see what we can see at City Hall. I can see the gold top gleaming in the distance. It's not really a live stream until I've been on for 3 hours anyway. It should probably take 15 minutes to walk there, but we'll go back through our entire walk right now so you won't have to use the rewind button. So we're gonna backtrack through Chinatown. We may take a different street than we were on before. We'll say hi to Union Station from across the street, and we're going to stay on Grand. And we'll walk right to City Hall. This is really well taken care of and planted. I can't believe the mother ditches train tracks though. I really thought it would just be like a trickle of a stream from 200, 300 years ago. Almost makes me not think that living over here in one of these condos in the middle of nowhere would be so bad. I do love me a milk boba. You could get a tequila here. Maybe. It said tequila on the sign. For now, they're gonna plow this area over and keep building. So remember a couple of weeks ago we were at Echo Park and there was a guy there who wanted to stop the gondola. The gondola would ride right through here and also over residences. The gondola actually sounded like a bad idea. And also the city would be mostly paying for it, and the millionaire proposing it would really make all the profits. LA needs to find a way to make money. Yeah, the cable car. No, a gondola, like, you know, like a ski thing, except I don't think open. I hate gondola rides. Every time they go over the post, it's just like, what's to knock them off that thing? Gondola. Gondola, like a ski ride thing. The ski car, I don't know what you call it. I call it gondola. Not from Venice. Right. Except these would probably be closed in. But still scary. I rode one at the Pomona Fair. Or maybe it was the LA County Fair. I'm confused them. Right? You just see the little white wheel or little metal wheel gripping that cable that It just looks like it could get knocked loose by me sneezing or jiggling. Never jiggle the gondola. Well, and also, like, insurance is crazy too. I mean, you have to insure for hurricanes, just like you have to insure for fires here. So whenever I think about owning a home, I forget about how much my insurance would be. Oh, gee. That's why I don't need to go up there. I don't even like walking by those tall cranes when I see them, because, like, what's to keep them from topping over and smashing an entire neighborhood? I think, honestly, which might sound crazy or maybe not crazy, and like people need to looking at building those houses on stilts in flooding areas. I mean, I don't know if I would like the thought of an alligator being under my house, but if they were like on pylons or something, they could. I feel like it's such a big waste of money, home ownership, for me also. We'll see if I ever move, and then I'm paying like double rent for a bachelor, which is a 1-bedroom apartment. I mean, a no-bedroom apartment, just a 1-room apartment. I'm not bragging, but I've never lived in a bachelor. It's hard with a dog. Oh, I will probably see him. I cannot tell you how sweaty my back is, but I think I just did. Well, that would be interesting if we could do FaceTime. I just think it doesn't feel like it is. I feel like renting a house is more expensive. Of course, you get something in the end, but I don't have to pay the plumber every month when he has to come because our pipes are 900 years old. In my building, we have somebody rooting somebody's apartment once every other week. Gotta keep my eye on my charge. Ooh. Fun thing, I realized that the better the camera is balanced, the less battery power I use. We're at 1 hour and 30 minutes and I still have full battery. Like, I just want to walk in the street. If I had a $5,000 plumbing bill, I would be screwed. And right now, like, I couldn't have that. Unless I put wipes down the toilet, then they won't pay for it.
Good, thank you. Have a good one.
So good.
So many
Yeah.
species.
All right, there, guy. Don't forget to check him out on YouTube, CT. I forgot. I had fun yesterday. Thank you so much. want to help. I always want to help people, but I offer and they get mad or look at me like I'm gonna rob them. Oh, these grapes are glowing. Hey Deborah, happy Saturday. Straight ahead is City Hall. I'm going to take about 10 minutes to walk there from here, if that. I had ever since the ciclavia last week, I've been making some fruit smoothies at home, although I usually have a protein shake in the morning. This morning I had oat milk, strawberries, mangoes, a little spoonful of strawberry jelly to give it an extra sweetness, like a small spoonful, and then some frozen strawberries and a banana. So good. We're out of oat milk though, Joe.
Pieces, $5. Yeah, that was 7 pieces.
The egg prices went up again, I heard. I haven't gotten eggs in a while. But for a while we were eating like 2 eggs every day. But they were always $10. I feel like every time they talk about the egg price or the gas price in the country and they show another state, your egg prices and gas prices are so much lower. Or milk. Actually, I saw milk. I never buy milk, but I saw milk in New York was $11.90. Hoarding them. Like, how many eggs can you use? Also, there's natural egg substitutes like chia seeds you could use. When I was a vegan, I used some kind of egg substitute or chia seeds. You know what? It's in the triple digits out there. I think it's like the last place I would want to be. Also the crowd. I wouldn't mind going somewhere like that if you could, and I would not get on a helicopter. But if you could literally just, I can get some lobsters there, literally just drop me off in the middle so I wouldn't have to work my way through a crowd or traffic. I use a lot of mayonnaise also. I noticed the price of the mayonnaise went up. And veganese is just no bueno. I have tried it. Best Coast is the West Coast Hellman's. Actually, I have Best Foods mayonnaise. I consider it not an instrument, but definitely a condiment. for.
$1.
Sorry. I don't like Miracle Whip either, but I do like Velveeta, which feels like it's from the same family. Velveeta feels like a petrol product. You cannot make an omelet out of chia seeds. I missed, oh, there you go. There's also a really weird, not weird, but New Orleans deli over here, which I've never been to. And then a dumpster on wheels. Okay. Little Jewel of New Orleans. I'm not using mayo when it's $18. Mama Lou's Dumpling House. It's usually pretty busy. There's Philippe, the French dipped sandwiches. So we're gonna head towards the Sirens. I should make overnight oats more than I do, which is almost never, but I really love oats, and I love oatmeal for breakfast. Fresh fish, dressed poultry. That's a lost art. I'm gonna give it a shot. We'll make some oatmeal this week. I mean, it's great because it's ready to go. I should have some flax seeds also. So City Hall is straight ahead, sort of. We're gonna curve to get there. I can hear Neil Young. I honestly can hear music. Yeah, Rockin' in the U.S. Keep on Rockin' in the Free World. He's playing. Oh! I don't know. Is he? Yeah, I can hear it, and I don't have very good hearing. I remember we lived probably 3 miles from Hollywood Bowl, more or less, and Tame Impala played there. And in my bedroom, I could hear and make out exactly what song was playing. It was almost like it was a foggy night, and I know that sound travels a little further in fog because of. Never mind. Anyway, I know that for a fact. And like, I felt like it was not just that, but it was like literally swooping down the 101 freeway. I love Neil Young also. Canadian Power. I heard him singing, "Keep on rocking the free world." Sorry, that's not my impersonation. It's great that Los Angeles does this. It's a pretty liberal city. They need to do this kind of stuff in more purple places too. Because you're kind of preaching to the choir here. So we're coming over the 101 freeway in a second, and then we'll be about 2 blocks away. I'm kind of excited to see it. I'm definitely not getting on the subway here. I'm going to continue and walk to Pershing Square, my preferred, or 7th Street. I'm going to cross with these people because it will be that much closer to where we need to go. It's a beautiful courtyard. We saw Homeboy Industries earlier, actually. So there are a lot of free museums here. I almost want to go here, but I kind of want to go to City Hall. We're so close. I can hear the sirens. What is Pershing Square known for? Crime. Pershing Square has concerts. Pershing Square has ice skating rink. Pershing Square used to be called Central Park until a week after World War I, when they changed its name to honor General Pershing. It has been a crimey spot in LA for a long time. Mob kind of crimes, places to hang out, but also part of the reason why it got a bad rap and a lot of crimes happened there was because it was also like a gay hang spot in the olden days when it was illegal. So people would get arrested or set up there. So part of the bad reputation or the crime rate was from years of that. In the 60s, if you were arrested for something like that in Los Angeles, just kissing your boyfriend in the backseat of your car, you were considered a pedophile and for life. I remember one of the first stories I ever read when I moved here in what was a LA Weekly newspaper, free newspaper, was about a man who was caught in 1968 necking his terms, not mine, with his boyfriend at the time, and he was arrested and was marked as a predator. They were both legal, just because he was gay, and that kind of stuff happened all the time then. All right, we're gonna go for it. If you're coming down here today, don't take the 101. It doesn't look as bumper to bumper as it can. LA Weekly, I used to get that all the time. And then the LA Express, anytime I needed to move, I would grab an LA Express or a bunch of LA Expresses, which was another free magazine. It was kind of a little dirty. I think it had like stripper places and stuff. So this thing up here, we're usually on the other side of the street when we get there. The trefoil, I think it's called. It's supposed to light up and play music based on like the traffic going around. It's never worked. I feel like I imagined it working at one time, but this is so 60s looking. I loved the LA Weekly. There were a couple of magazines though. I'm forgetting one. There was another one, their offices were at Highland and Sunset, I think. This seems like something that would be in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So I am going to petition to get a plaque for the women's garment workers of 1933, and then I'm going to petition to get this fixed. I really want to see it in action. Underneath that is a mall with a food court. It was pretty dilapidated when I had jury duty maybe 15 years ago. I don't think most of the shops are open down there. There's City Hall. It's great to have like an independent newspaper like that. Well, I can hear AOC now. So how do I get in there? That's the question. I thought it was just a mall. And that was a sculpture. I might have to show them my backpack, actually. You definitely cannot bring water in there. And I can hear AOC from here. The crowd goes wild. Thanks, Joe. It's been a really great stream. We're now looking for Bernie Sanders at the rally downtown. and the crowd goes wild. I feel like I'm listening to a concert. Are you a communist? I think he's right ahead of me in that purple ball cap. He's incognito. Actually, this guy's really tiny. I think Bernie's like bigger. So I'm just joking anyway. I want to fight the oligarchy. Actually, that could work too. You know, Gorky Park. Let me see if can you guys hear the crowd? Hey, Tom. I feel like I like the earlier streams so I can hit a lot of the people on the East Coast. And then if I do streams later in the day, I end up like just thinking about it all day. I'm trying. It's bubbling up. I don't think I can go near those people. I find this is as close as I can get. We're at 1500. The crowd is huge. It goes all the way up through that park. Yeah. I just can't get too close. The crowd is my kryptonite. We're back. AOC is still speaking. The crowd is still going wild. I'm maybe glad I didn't know about this because I wouldn't have gone to Chinatown today and I would have been struggling with my signal. They're probably bots, those trolls. Hello, Mr. Ralph Rosa. Happy Saturday. The turnout is so insane, I can't even get close to it without knocking my signal out. I did switch to LTE network, so hopefully... I just did something I've never done before, which was not working now. Hold on. Huh. All right. She is a New York City person, and Bernie's a Vermont person, but I like that they're going... I like that they're going out to places where people can't elect them to talk. We're walking away from it now. I'm so sorry. You are welcome to watch that stream. I would probably be watching it if I were home. But anyway, like I like them. I also like Elizabeth Warren. Don't hate me, but I have known people like Elizabeth Warren before, and she's just would not want to fight with her, and I would want her fighting for me. So I like that the Democrats are going out to all of the Republican places to try to talk to their constituents. I am excited to be having a rally in Los Angeles, but Bernie and AOC are preaching to the choir here. That's what I'm kind of saying, Cecilia. Like, I think you have to go to Fox News and not to CNN if you really want to make a difference, because those, same thing with Republicans, if they wanted to make a difference with Democrats. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just trying to be even Steven on this. But like, everybody's ripping on Governor Newsom for talking to Charlie Kirk, who's an ass, and Steve Bannon. I call him Banyan, I don't know why. All right, here we go. It's coming up again. I just can't go up to Broadway. Too many people. It's back. I have to stay away from Broadway. That's the word on the street. I'm walking down to 7th anyway. And we can walk by some fun hotels while we do it. Not ones that you want to stay at. I've walked down the street more times on this stream or this particular block than I ever have in my life. Newsom is like talking to them. I'm a little iffy on some of the stuff that he said. Or maybe more than iffy, but like, I understand him talking to them. Well, I do think we have to talk to our enemies, our opponents. I can still hear the crowd screaming. This is the first time I've ever approached this building and noticed it. So I've looked at this before. This is an old theater, and I only ever really noticed this theater from the other side. I can't tell if it's just a tiny theater. I've got 15 seconds across. I'm gonna do it. I do think you need to reach across. I just be careful what you say and who you alienate. Because I've always liked Newsom, and now I'm a little like, huh? But I understand. Not only was he at a fancy party, but he was at a fancy French restaurant. French Laundry. Who will platform me? I don't understand. I don't understand, Joe. And who you platform. Okay, I get it. Yeah, those guys definitely, Charlie Kirk has enough of a online presence for sure. Hotel Barclay. I like the fact that even in the daytime, they have the A and the C lit up. I just like peeking at the shoe store. There's a video online too. This shoe store like closed in 1990 something and never reopened, and it is literally like intact. Like the guy just disappeared in 1990. I hope you can see in there, and just not me. I guess they haven't made this one lofts yet. The Farmers and Merchants Bank. Ooh, coming soon. The Harmony Fruit Bar. We'll have to go there. So, right down there, we got Partisanti Alley again. Or that's the wholesale district. The helicopters gone wild. I don't know what people do in LA to afford these lofts. Like entertainment community. I mean, that's a community or a bunch of jobs that are actually shrinking. But like Culver City also has some big tech too. They've just built like an Apple compound there. It's been ruining the traffic, the already horrible Culver City traffic for years. There are a lot of like pawn shops, old pawn shops and loan center down here. What is that weird round thing? You can see it next to the beige building. It looks like a water tank. It looked like a boulder. Yeah, Culver City is really a lovely walk for sure. I just, every time I have to drive through Culver City, it's just a show. An SHIT show. I almost went to the Glendale Public Library and hiking trails today, which Glendale is probably 10 degrees hotter. The Washington Boulevard going down to one lane in that little strip made sense during like COVID when people were pushing tables out into the street. But that little, I think it's from La Brea or La Cienega over on Washington is the worst. But Culver City is beautiful. So, Cecil Hotel is up ahead. The Union Station, before it was Union Station, used to end right here. And then, right where Coles was the train station. And of course, Santee Alley is just right down there. So, and also Skid Row. But like the train station was here. Just thought I'd mention that. And also the red cable cars, or the electric cars were here too. Oh, back to Culver City. Culver City though is sweet though. It's a really sweet city. I just wouldn't want to live there, I don't think, because the traffic getting in and out of it is hard. But once you're there, it's kind of, I don't know, does anybody watch Hacks? So I'm up to the second episode because they had the first 2 episodes on last night. And let me know if you don't watch it or you haven't watched it yet, because she does something. We'll wait till next week. It just came on, but is the PE building still vacant? Okay, we're on Spring. I still have 5,500 kbps. Shannon and Brian's wedding ballet is just ahead, in case you're coming. Shannon and Brian wedding. Wow. Do we know who Shannon and Brian are? Oh. I'm gonna walk towards Shannon's wedding because talking about being there must be going to Shannon's wedding. Should I ask them? I would not want to walk on that winding spiral staircase up there. Culver City is just near Beverly Hills, sort of. It's like also by the freeway. It's where MGM was. So like, there's also like a giant studio over there. Ooh, there's another Silver Lake Ramen. Those are everywhere. Alirio Jose Valencia Suarez. Happy Saturday. Thank you for all those fun emojis and welcome, welcome. Guys, we have gone around the world today. We went to Chinatown. We went to Olvera Street. We started at Union Station. You can now rewind if you want to go back and look, I've been told.
Is that what you was about to do?
All right. The valet for Shannon and Brian's wedding. Sorry. Hey, thanks. And we were just here yesterday I spend so much time looking at this guy, I never noticed the lady on the opposite side. With the glasses on. So we're at 7th in spring, and I just stepped in a hole. Fashion District Santee Alley to the left of us again. I would describe Culver City as kind of quaint, although it's kind of getting modernized right now. In downtown Culver City, okay, so what I was going to say is if I never had to leave Culver City, I wouldn't mind living there because the downtown is pretty sweet with restaurants and walking shops and Trader Joe's. I could get a mini tote bag. Well, we had a lot of fun there yesterday. I came home empty-handed though. No purchases. I really feel like if I'm gonna go there to purchase something, I honestly have to have something in my head first. It's overwhelming to look at all that stuff. We will, for sure. I got this app, I can't remember what it's called right now, I could look it up on my phone, but I'm using it to film, that shows me where the best 4G and 5G signals are for T-Mobile. So it's kind of opened my world a little bit to possibilities. We're back on Broadway. I still have 5,500 kbps. Let me know if I could pick you up a Casio watch or a Gucci. I saw a Gucci in there. Where is the Haas building? You know what do you know, while I have you, Gridley, where are the Richfield doors? The doors from the Richfield building that was destroyed. It's the only part of that building that remains. It said Uchi, I think. Or Coochie. I know Poochie and Bucci. Poochie from The Simpsons, not Italy. Coffee shop with a DJ. Here's the Foot Locker Theater.
Fucking dollar.
Sorry about that. You never know what can happen when you're live or what words you're gonna hear. Not too many in this area. I think there's like no crowded spots downtown. Like all the people are sort of spread out. The Tower Apple store is just incredibly beautiful. I love how they kept so much of it intact and paid a real homage to the actual theater that was once there. I'm gonna plug in real quick. Before we fade out. Where I'm gonna try to, pardon me, all right, there we go. I think I got it. And we're charging, great, okay. Yeah, I remember walking by the Tower Theater and seeing it just sitting there with a tile sidewalk. I don't know the point of that story. I knew exactly who you were talking to. I actually read Gridley. The Shake Shack smells pretty yummy. So, I wonder what's up with the Garfield building here. Seems like a real waste. It's funny because they do have a piece of the Brown Derby. You know what? I also think that there are a couple buildings in Hollywood that can't open because when they did this earthquake in 90s, the Northridge earthquake, structural damage, and then when they built the subway underneath the Pacific Theater and that building on the corner of Hollywood and Highland, the bank, both those buildings have water and structural damage, so they're just sitting there. You can't really use them, and they're such landmarks that they don't want to tear them down. the commercial exchange building. It's beautiful, actually. We were just really close to it, and I was kind of looking in the windows. It would be really great if we could figure out how to make that useful housing. This is Olive. It's a new high-rise apartment building. And then this guy, more condos above the Whole Foods. Oh, I talk about that round thing all the time. I didn't realize that was the Sheraton. It's definitely a restaurant. The more space, the more things, the more dusting, the more opportunity for you'd have dust all over everything. Clutter. World War II landmarks in LA. Not as many as I've seen other places. There are a couple of other kinds of landmarks, and looking for different places to go. There's a veterans landmark. I feel like it's World War I. That is kind of grown over. People have stopped visiting it. That's what I'm wondering. I'm going to look it up when I get home. It's the Sheraton DTLA. The hotel looks dirty, like streaky, like it doesn't get clean on the outside. I've never eaten in a restaurant but spun. I don't know if that wouldn't make me nauseous or not. Fun. Let's walk up to it since I've had it with scooters on the sidewalk today. Sorry. Those little motorbikes, yeah, that was pretty loud. Remember, guys, you are a goddess. Living in a city of angels. It's crazy, the like cast work or whatever that is on this parking garage. It's fancier than the building I live in. I have no idea what that is. Anybody? I might be able to. It's the Third Church of Christ Scientist. So Christian Science, not to be confused with Scientology. Which floor do you work on? You don't have to tell us, actually. Does it sway? I had a friend who lived on Broadway, and I was in their apartment, and it would sway when it was really windy, apartment building, but also when I was in there when there was an earthquake, and it was a little shaky, but probably safer than my building. Wow. You must have an incredible view. I love those really tall buildings that you can see from all over town. They're kind of like Oz on the horizon. Well, those buildings are like supposed to be able to withstand a pretty hefty earthquake. You know what? I have a fear of living in too tall of a building also. This kind of looks like a relative of my dog, one of my dogs. Although fluffier. Are you ever above the fog? I think that would be a spooky thing, to be above the fog. I would never, ever be a high-rise construction crew, or window washer, or tree trimmer, or light bulb putter inner. I'm kidding about the light bulbs, but I think I could probably maybe get over working in a high-rise building, though. I mean, look at that. Whew. All right, you guys, we're just gonna like wrap up. I'm gonna do a little block walk because I really want to take a second to thank all of the members for their support. I'm gonna be on tomorrow. I'll put that up when I get home today, so give me 2 hours and we'll put up a thing for tomorrow. Don't know where I'm gonna go yet. I'm thinking the flea market, but I don't know. So thank you so much for the support and the likes and subscriptions and helping me and Joe get this channel some views. Really appreciate it. That's crazy. I thought I saw snow in Los Angeles one time, downtown Hollywood. It was just Scientology blowing snow in the air. Thank you so much, Carrie. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here. I really hope to see you tomorrow. Have a really awesome Saturday night. I hope you don't party too hard, but if you do, I'll probably be on early so you can just lie on the couch and watch us stream. I'll put up some new emojis. Maybe we'll have a new emoji vote tonight. Let me know in the comments if you want to see anything at all. Thank you so much. Here's my new goodbye screen. Boop-boo. That plus that one so you can see it. Walking in LA, 3D glasses coming to you. Thank you so much. Have an awesome Saturday. Bye.